Hello, welcome children. Uh, if I say, I hope you have enjoyed the last class of transformation of sentences, where we discussed about comparison of adjectives. Then today we are going to discuss about yet another very important area of grammar and functional grammar as well. These are three different kinds of sentences: simple sentences, compound sentences, and complex sentences. However, we do not use these names while dealing with these sentences. But in order to use these sentences or deal with these sentences, we should have the clear ideas what are the sentences and how we can interchange, transform, or change from one form to the other form this type of sentences. So let us start. So I remind you once again, our topic is transformation of sentences. Simple, compound, and complex. From simple to compound, or compound to complex, or complex to simple or compound, vice versa. Now let us have the examples of three different kind of sentences, namely the simple, compound, and complex. Now simple is an example only. There are varieties of simple sentences. One example I am quoting. Simple sentence: after doing her work, she went to bed. After doing her work, she went to bed. Compound sentence: she finished her work and went to bed. This and is the conjunctor. Conjunctor. It is adding the two sentences. She went to bed, she finished her work, with conjunctor and. Now I remind you, there is a question in our functional grammar. It is actually question number 5C, where it is written two separate sentences will be given, okay, and you will be asked to join the sentences, two sentences, without using three words: and, but, so, and, but, so. Now here is the compound sentence: she finished her work and went to bed. This and you cannot use, therefore you have to use a different method. From compound it comes to simple, so this different method of is called answering, combining these two sentences. Here two sentences are: she finished her work and she went to bed. Now and you cannot use, therefore without using and, you are writing the answer: after doing her work, she went to bed. This is why it is important, children, to know by name the three different types of sentences. Now example of complex sentence: although he is poor, he is very happy. It's a contrast. Sometimes we find that poor people are not happy because of their poverty or their poor conditions, but there are people who are poor but still happy. So to express in complex sentence, although he is poor, he is very happy. Now you need to learn to convert or to transform one form of sentence, namely simple, compound, or complex, to another form of sentence. I repeat, you need to learn to convert or transform one form of sentence to another form. You will not be asked to define any form of the sentence. What is a simple sentence? Give example. Such question will never be asked. You will be only asked to use them. from one form of sentence to another form of sentence. For this, you need to practice or be familiar with the various kinds of usage of these forms of sentences and to know the trends. Know the trends. Know how. Know how. You should know the know-how to convert or to transform. How to transform them. Now, do they follow any particular law? No. And especially when the ICSE asks you the question, I'll come later, they have a different ways of asking you the question. But still, I tell you, you should know the basics. So let's have scientifically, grammatically make the change from simple sentence to compound sentence. Once again, in the exam paper, you will not be asked to change, like make from simple to compound sentence or change to simple sentence, change to complex sentence. They will not ask you. But then you may ask me why question, that why should you know this? Arey Baba, you have to know this because these are the forms of sentences. If you know only, then you can change. Simple sentence. Example, having finished her work, she took her break fast. We are changing it to compound. Due to lack of space, I made it compo, but it's it's a compound sentence. The same sentence, having finished her, she took her breakfast, we are transforming or converting to compound sentence without changing the meaning. And the answer is, she finished her work and took her breakfast. Compound sentence means two sentences are joined with a conjunctor, that is conjunction, that is and here. Another example, in spite of being rich, he is not happy. We feel like the whole happy people are actually rich people are happy people, but you see, in this context there are many people who are not happy although they are rich. Compound, he is rich but not happy. See the word here, the but is a conjunction. So again, in the compound sentences there will be conjunction or conjunctor, like and, here it is called but, and then say here you will have again and, or here you will have or. These are the words, they join two sentences together, and that is why we call them the compound sentence. Compounding into one, taking two sentences, compounding into one without changing the meaning. The third example, after cleaning the statue, he kept it in the showcase. Some cleaning work was going on, so maybe the worker or the staff member, he was cleaning all the statues inside the showcase. So after cleaning the statue, he kept it in the case. So we are changing to compound. He cleaned the statue and kept it in the case. Final example from simple to compound is, you must hurry up so as to not to be late for the bus. This is a typical simple sentence, and in normally colloquial, in our spoken language, conversational language, we never use, but this is how we are supposed to use. To strengthen our English, dear children, we are expected to know this type of uses of in English in sentences. You must hurry up so as not to be late for the bus. So compound sentence is easy. You must hurry or you will be late for the bus. Compound is easy. And I tell you one thing very frankly, changing from compound to simple or from complex to simple is more difficult. From simple to compound or complex, even from simple to complex is even more easier. But from complex to simple or from compound to simple, sometimes it becomes difficult. Anyhow, the next set of examples is changing from simple sentence to complex. A man of honesty is respected by all. And I said from simple to complex is easy. How? A man who is honest, and very commonly it comes out from her spontaneously, authentically it comes out from her mouth. A man who is honest is respected by all. Second example, tell me the truth about yesterday's fight. Remember you fought yesterday with your friends? Tell me the reason. That is the expression. Tell me the truth about yesterday's fight. Tell me what is the truth about yesterday's fight. Now you can understand. Now you can guess how from simple to complex is changing. Having been defeated so badly, so my goodness, they became sad. You know, IPL is going on, and recently RBC has been defeated very badly. So far, that is the worst defeat till now in the present IPL. So obviously, they feel became very sad. So in this expression comes under this simple sentence, having been defeated so badly, they became sad. Now how to say in complex sentence? When they were defeated so badly, they became sad. You will not be successful without doing hard work. Do you agree? Even if you don't agree, that is the truth. That is the truth. It's almost like if you don't study, you will not know. So to become familiarity with these kind of sentences or these kind of lessons, you should listen to, you should see the video. How many times? Again and again. How many again and again? Well, until you don't understand. Some people understand by watching only once, they will understand. By some people will not understand even by watching 3, 4, 5 times. But then sir, then how many times? You will watch 10 times. Perhaps you need it. Perhaps you need it. Or you are not concentrating. Anyhow, you will not be successful without doing hard work. Unless you do hard work, you will not be successful. Point to be noted, this word unless is quite often used in the ICSE question. What will be the question? What is the question pattern? That we will, just like last time, we will give you some examples. Now change from compound to complex. Compound sentence where you have got but, and, so, or, etc. Here is a sentence. He is poor but he is honest. And your complex sentence, although he is poor, he is honest. Waste not, want not. A very famous statement. Waste not, want not. And the complex sentence, if you don't waste, you will not want. Study hard or you will fail in the exam. You say, Bapre, sir, how many times you shall listen? My father is saying, my mother is saying, all the people are saying at home, all the time, everybody is saying, study hard, study hard, study hard. Okay, but the real fact, the sad fact, the brutal fact is, you have to study hard or you will fail. Anyhow, example, unless you study hard, you won't pass in the exam. Point to be noted. When you use unless, it's a negative form, you have to bring another negative this side. So we say this algebraic method, like two negatives make one positive. Study hard, you will fail in the exam. There is no negativity in this sentence. But in this sentence, in complex sentence, it is beginning with negativity. So that negativity has to be cut with another negative. So unless you study hard, you won't pass in the exam. Please note it in your mind or in your paper. If you use unless here, the second sentence here, you have to bring one negative so that both the negatives will fuse and be back to square one, making a positive sense. The girl is wearing a red sari and she is my sister. Complex. The girl who is wearing a red sari is my sister. Now, dear children, here comes your magic. Once again I tell you, don't get into this question pattern straight away. If you have not understood, or if these things have not got into your head, you need lots of practice. You need lots of practice. If you have not started, start. If you are not familiar, then begin to be familiar. Things will not happen. You have to input in system. Give time to yourself. Listen, see, refer, discuss with your friends, ask in the comment box your problem, but don't say, sir, explain the whole class again. That is already explained in the video. So try to understand this. As we said, the question pattern you cannot solve and go into it unless and until you have done. These are the ABC of, or ABCD of this particular grammar part. We are discussing about the interchange of simple, complex and compound. These names are not asked in the exam, but the forms are asked in the exam. In this ICSE pattern, number one, if you talk politely, he will answer your questions. You are beginning with unless. Okay, nowhere it is written change from simple to complex or complex to complex or compound to complex. Now we have thrown those ABCD in or kept in our, it is called at the back of our mind. Now we will take only the forms of those sentences to make this conversion, transformation or interchange of sentences without changing the meaning. If you talk politely, he will answer your question. Begin unless, therefore you must start the answer with unless. Unless you talk politely, you will not answer, he will not answer your question. Now, since it is said begin unless, suppose it was said use unless, then this particular word unless also can be used in the middle of the sentence. See here. Now there what will be the difference? And that is why I have given the two answers here. Although question says begin, obviously you have to give the first answer A. But suppose they say use unless, then two answers are possible. Now if we use the unless in the beginning of the sentence and the first part is over, you have to put a comma there. After politely, see, you have to put a comma. But suppose you are using this unless in the middle, no comma is required. It is only to show you this difference I have given these two examples. However, if they ask you to begin with unless, your answer is beginning with unless. But if they say use unless, then you can answer in two forms. Namely, the second form is he will not answer your questions unless you talk politely. Not here, unless here. Two negatives. Not here, not here. Two negatives. Next example. However wealthy he may be, he is not going to be happy. Begin. Again we said begin in spite. Suppose the question was use in spite, then two answers are possible. So again, begin in spite, the number B is the answer which is they are asking from the question, in the question. So therefore your answer is, in spite of being wealthy, he is not going to be happy. Again I remind you children, suppose the question is used here, use in spite, then there is a second answer possible, which is he is not going to be happy in spite of being wealthy. And the rule or the law of using the comma applies both the places almost in the same manner. If we use unless in the beginning here, you have to put a comma after the first sentence. If you use in spite in the beginning of the sentence, then you have to put a comma after the just at the end of the first sentence. However, if we use unless as well as in spite in the middle of the sentence, no comma is required. No confusion, my dear children. The question is begin in spite. This is the answer number B. The question is begin unless. This is the answer number A. However, you can also use these two words in the middle of the sentences and the question will be here use. So two answers are possible. Will you write both the answers? No, you can write just only one. Number 3. In spite of having heavy rain, the farmers didn't harvest good crops. Now use despite or begin despite. Now in spite of, and when you use despite, you see we just use despite. There is no of. I repeat, when you are using in spite, you have to use in spite of. When you are using despite, you are using only despite. No of is required. Sir, you said no of is required, but if we use of, will it be wrong? Yes, it will be wrong, because it is not required. So simple thing, in spite of having heavy rain, you are only doing despite having heavy rain. But sir, it is not sounding okay. It's sounding absolutely okay because your ear is not tuned, not familiar with this kind of English. So when you use in spite of, in spite you have to use of. When you are using despite, no of. The rest of the sentence, having rain, the farmers, etc., etc., then having rain, the farmers, etc., etc., is the same. The boy must confess his fault or he will be punished. Use punishment. The boy must confess to escape punishment. This is a compound sentence, the first one, and this is the answer is given in the simple sentence. The boy must confess to escape punishment. Fifth example. The little girl hid herself behind the sofa so that she will not be seen. Use lest. Boys and girls, this is a very typical English sentence when you use lest. The sentence construction drastically change. Answer C. The little girl hid herself behind the sofa lest she should be seen. This is how it is done. This is how it is done. This is a typical type of example where the lest is used. And quite often in the ICSE exam, both 9thers and 10thers, you will face the part C and D. You will face part C and D with this type of questions, and directly they may ask you use lest, and this will be the answer. Number 6. You must not be late or you will miss the one act play. See, you are asking begin with in the event. So you have no option. You have to begin with in the event. So in the event of being late, you will miss the one act play. Number 7, the fact that he is silent proves his guilt. Now use silence instead of silent. His silence proves his guilt. So simple. He saw the danger and he ran away quickly. Begin when. When he saw the danger, he ran away quickly. The last part, normally we don't change anything. By the way, children, I remind you once again, you transform the sentences from one form to another without changing the meaning. And you are not expected to change so many things. Do change only what is asked. And to do that, you may have to make some necessary changes in accordance with the sentence pattern. And that is how and why we asked you in the beginning that you should know your basics, simple, compound, complex sentences. Number 8, Rajiv was opposed by his team and still he took part in the match. Although, same. Though Rajiv was opposed by his team, he took part in the match. Number 10, besides passing in the exam well, he won the first prize. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, girls and boys, this is very, very important sentence. Out of this 12 marks question, one question may be always like this, using besides. Some people are good in 2 things, 3 things. So you have to use the sentence beginning with besides. Besides passing in the exam well, he won the first prize. So he not only passed in the exam well, but also won the first prize. When John finished his project, he went for a picnic with his friends. No complaint. No parents will complain about that. Yeah. So you finish your work and then you go for adda with your friend. There's no problem. Anyhow, John also did the same thing. By the way, we are teaching grammar. Okay. So when John finished his project, he went for a picnic with his friends. Begin with having. So having finished his project, he went for a picnic with his friends. Now I think instead of he, you should do it here, John. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes complete sense. Having finished his project, John went for a picnic with his friends, because you see the subject John we cannot remove. Okay. So having finished his project, John went for a picnic with his friends. 12. The fort was burned before it was surrendered. Use until. The fort was not surrendered until it was burnt. Tell me what you require. Use requirement instead of require. Now some of them, what will they do? They say, tell me what you requirement. No. Then nobody told you that remove the word and add it, replace it. We didn't say replace it. We say use the word requirement instead of require, not in the place of require. So when you use requirement, sentence construction also will change without changing the meaning. So tell me your requirement, or they say tell me what is your requirement. That also they say, tell me what is your requirement, or in a simple sentence, tell me your requirement. He was carrying a heavy basket. Now again, this type of questions also come in the ICSE exam. And was heavy. Heavy basket. Okay. But not here is only heavy. So the basket that he was carrying was heavy. See the complication. So again and again I tell you, dear children, you have to be familiar with this type of sentences, uses, changes from one form to another, and there is no shortcut. You need to practice. You need to practice. 15th and the last example of this lesson today. Ask the man where he lives. Use whereabouts. I hope you know the meaning of the word whereabouts. Whereabouts means his address. So ask the man his whereabouts. You are all tired, no? It's the time for you to retire. No, don't retire. I would say recapitulate. I'm not revising, but I just remind you today one again these particular things. For this, you need to practice and be familiar with these various kind of usages. Wish you all the very best. Spend some time to understand this. Thank you so much for listening to me. And before you ask me or put any question in the comment box, I do advise you, go through this lesson again and again. This is one of the most important lessons of your life of English learning sessions. God bless you. Stay safe.